Now, climate. The alarmists, activists, campaigners and crazies just won't shut up about climate change and bushfires, so I don't apologise for staying on this. Their insulting nonsense, their deceptions and their hysteria has just got to be called out. They are scaring kids, they're ignoring history, they're ignoring facts, and they're holding out false hopes on climate and bushfires. So they've just got to be called out, especially when most journalists and most media just seem to be barracking along with them, jumping on the unthinking, virtue signalling bandwagon. Look at this today from Adam Bant.
The message from everyone, from firefighters to the scientists, is now crystal clear. If we don't come up with a plan to get out of coal, then these kind of catastrophic bushfires are going to become a way of life.
Imagine the rank silliness here. Horrendous bushfires have been a way of life in Australia forever. Perhaps if Bant ever got away from Brunswick Street at Fitzroy or out of the cafe at Parliament House, perhaps if this greenie sometimes got out into the bush in summer, he might find out that people and places are forever scarred by bushfire, wary of bushfire and knowledgeable about the seasonal threat of bushfire. Everything these people see, these green activists see, they think it's the first time anyone's seen it, and they always put it down to climate change. Tell us, Adam, if Australia shut every coal mine down tomorrow, in fact, let's go further, if the world shut down every coal mine tomorrow, do you think we could stop worrying about bushfires? Seriously. Now, just on this, in case you think these climate activists are actually interested in the environment and aren't just a bunch of hard left campaigners, even anarchists, have a look at this. The School Strike for Climate mob have sent out a press release today condemning the government's union busting or ensuring integrity bill. They say the laws are extreme, unnecessary and will make it harder for workers to win pay rises, protect their jobs and champion a just transition to a low-carbon future. They say school strikers stand in solidarity with the union movement in its work to build a more equitable society and the fight for a just transition. That gives the game away, doesn't it? This is not about school kids saving the planet. This is just the usual hard left activism backed by unions for unions. And one more thing. What about their mates at Extinction Rebellion? They are planning plenty more protests in the months to come, but instead of gluing themselves to our roads, they're working on some more entertaining routines. You couldn't make this stuff up, I promise. They say if they can't dance, it's not their revolution. Have a look at this little training and recruitment video.
Here's my first attempt at recording some daggy choreography for Staying Alive for some civil disobedience during the Spring Rebellion.
Yeah, big finale there on the streets of Melbourne, I think it was. Yep, disco disobedience, I think it was Melbourne. Extinction Rebellion fever there, using a bit of the Bee Gees' Staying Alive. I wonder if they'll work on any other Bee Gees numbers for their protests. Perhaps New York mining disaster 1941? Great song. Perhaps they won't want to appear too sympathetic to miners, though. Maybe they could use Tragedy. That'd work pretty well for them. Or I've Got to Get a Message to You. The one I'd recommend, though, the most apt Bee Gees number of all for Extinction Rebellion and this lot, is the one that really sums up their approach. I started a joke.
I started a joke, which started the whole world crying. But I didn't sing, oh no, that the joke was on me.
The joke is on them for sure. Sorry about that, I just couldn't resist. Great song, but let's not have it tainted by Extinction Rebellion.